pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call. Councilman Vicarello.
Jason Vicarello, first ward councilman, present.
Colin O'Connell, first ward councilman, present.
Maria Mann, second ward council, president.
Michael Hockenberry, councilman at large, present.
Dominic Sigalese, Mayor, present.
Jeffrey Rhodes, third ward council, present.
Gerald Loney, third ward councilman, present.
Jacqueline Dennison, fourth ward council, president.
Stan Siegel, fourth ward councilman, present.
William Frank, corporation council, present.
Okay. We have no public hearings tonight. We have no presentations. Public comment. I'd like to call up Liz Miller from Senator Skoufis's office.
I think I know everyone here, so it's not going to be too newsworthy.
Welcome back.
I know the town council knows that I'm the regional affairs coordinator for Senator Skoufis, but I just wanted to introduce myself for those who didn't know that I was in that role. I can just act as a facilitator for the lovely city of Port Jervis for any state needs. And for residents throughout Port Jervis, we have a wonderful constituent services team, and what they can do is almost act as a liaison to state agencies. So if someone's having an issue with getting a hold of unemployment or, again, another state agency, you know, you could reach out to me and I'll kind of give that to the department in our office that can best help you. So we're here if you need us, and I just wanted to come say hi.
Thank you. And thank you for all your help this year also. Appreciate it. Okay. I'll entertain a motion to enter into executive session. The agenda shows 3 items. We are striking the police personnel issue off of the agenda tonight, so we only have 2 items up. One is from civil service, which I'd like to invite the commission in, and the other one is the building department for part-time employment potential. Entertain a motion.
So moved.
Councilman at large Hockenberry, second by Councilman Rhodes. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries.
Did it one-handed? Getting better. Putting it as against. Oh, yeah.
Keep everything live so you can ensure our time.
Yeah, but I want to set it for the meeting. Okay, because we need to turn to secret.
Thursday,
Oh, is it another meeting already?
probably pretty soon. Either way,
Democrat, the Port Jervis.
Committee?
Yeah.
I didn't say hi to you. Hello.
Oh, I thought you did, so.
Not explicitly.
Just FYI,
I know we're still alive. That's okay. I'm not saying anything I shouldn't be saying.
just want to.
Everyone knows I'm a chatty Cathy. It's not new news. All right.
Enjoy your evening. It's good to see you.
I can do that. All right. Anyone asks? Bye, guys.
Bye.
I totally heard I'm walking on sunshine as she was leaving. Or was that just diegetic? Like, I'm walking on, she's just leaving. Like, everybody else has to work. She could just go.
cell phones?
I'd be in the hole.
People talking.
and send it over. I'll put together.
See, they like the way you speak better than me. Never controls it.
I'll put together what I was on online and send it to you, or you can send it to me on or take it. They're gonna do a review, which is exactly what she wanted. I don't think that's what he was actually saying. I think he was just stipulating that because her W-2 and her pay is, yeah, and we do operate outside, of the city of Fort Travis, but we are appointed by the board of the city. So we are just clear that sense. But I wanted to clear that out. quarantine there for Thanksgiving.
Is that what they're?
Well, no, I guess we'll see how busy it is. I'll have to get across, go to another state, go to Pennsylvania.
So there's.
Fridays in the summer. I'm gonna be held there.
I remember when I did the bridge over 84 and it would be backed up for like hours.
I'll just take you, won't take them anymore, so.
Yeah.
But test it first. So you might know Michael just as supposed to call me every morning.
There's every once in a while, like 20 and I will come into something over, I don't know, and you can see the Port Rivers exit on 84, like the cars backed up all the way almost 84. So I just went straight and got up Metamours and came back that way and it was quicker.
GPS takes people from New Jersey when you walk over to the Matamoros exit to come into port.
GPS also takes people from the traffic to get to houses. Tell them it's a road and it's not.
I was working at the nursery for
Everybody's still here.
people were working for Edison, New Jersey. Seems to have lines and
That's a state.
business disputes.
Stan, you better put club soda on that tie.
It's dry now.
I'm gonna bring you a
It took up so much time to dry.
We're gonna bring you a bib.
They're still in there. Hope they're not missing anything in the morning.
Before I was talking with him.
Bring up a good point, Jason.
Guys freezing in here, I know. I was. I can feel it, I feel cold. I think it's on. I think it is on. Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's cold in here.
You're wearing shorts, you're making.
No, when I came open, it was on.
It usually takes PPW.
It's nice and healthy.
It's still warmer in here than it is back there.
It says 71, I don't believe it.
It feels like 61.
Yeah. It feels colder than that.
All right, at 7:11, I'll call this meeting back to order. I'll entertain a motion to enter back into regular session.
So moved. Second.
Councilman Lawrence Hockenberry, second by Councilman Rhodes. Approval of minutes, the March 10, 2025 Common Council meeting minutes.
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Rhodes, second by Councilman O'Connell. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. All right, regular business, code. Jason.
Thank you, Mayor. Code has not met since the last meeting. At this point, I would like to make a motion to hire a part-time building inspector, Edward Allison. He's passed all his backgrounds, went through the interview process at a rate of $25 an hour.
Second.
Second by Councilman O'Connell. Any discussion? All those in favor? Aye. All those opposed? Motion carries.
Do we have a start date? Start date?
I do not have a start date. You can
Just set it for the following, yeah,
Make it,
set it for the 25th.
Effective on March 25th.
Perfect. Made a motion, Councilman O'Connell. Made your motion? You made your motion,
Yeah.
second?
second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries.
Yeah.
Okay, I would like to make a motion to set the public hearing for May the 12th for local law number 4, which would be the Tri-State Commercial District Overlay Zone. And the reason it's so far out is because, since it's a zoning change, it has to have time to get, comments from both our planning board and the Orange County Planning Board.
And further to that motion, to declare the Common Council as lead agency under the seeker regulations, and also to, what's that? Sorry? And also to preliminarily classify the local law, which will be provided to the council in the next couple days. Preliminarily classify the action as type 1 under seeker, because it potentially impacts more than 25 acres within the town. And as Councilman said, to refer it to Orange County Planning under General Municipal Law 239M, and also to the City Planning Board, both for comment to be returned to the council. So May 12th at 6:30.
Second.
Second by Councilman Oni. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries.
Okay, and I'd like to make a motion to set the public hearing for April 14th for local law number 5. Amending chapter 398 of the City Code of Port Jervis to provide for prohibition of camping and sleeping on public property.
Yeah, that's gonna be a new article to chapter 398, and I would recommend that the council declare that this is a type 2 action under the seeker regulations as routine code maintenance, and that no further action is warranted under seeker, and the public hearing be set for April 14th at 6:30 p.m.
Second.
By Councilman Oni. Any further discussion?
Yeah, what was the date again? 14th of April.
April 14th.
Thank you.
Okay. All those in favor? Aye. All those opposed? Motion carries.
All right, I have one more resolution. Whereas the City of Port Jervis is the fee owner of the following real property following acquisition through tax lien for closing proceeding of 19 Owen Street, 64 Sussex Street, 122 Ball Street, and 220 North Orange Street. Here be it resolved that the Common Council hereby authorizes the sale of the aforesaid properties to Monopoly Holdings LLC and Baltic Avenue Properties LLC for the sum of $10,006. And I'll make that a motion.
Second.
For discussion, please, just so the council is aware, these were the council previously authorized the advertising for bids on these properties. The bids were brought back to the council. It just was not reflected in the minutes, the authorization for the sale. The closings actually for all 4 properties happened today. I have the checks payable to the city, including tax adjustments. We're just holding everything in escrow until this resolution is adopted, ratifying the sales. So we're all done and set to go. Just once this resolution is adopted tonight, I can deliver the checks and release everything from escrow to the city. Thank you.
Second by Councilman Rhodes. Any further discussion?
Yeah, didn't we sell it to Mr. Little previously?
No, this is that.
These are his LLCs.
This is fine with
Oh, okay.
closing for that. Yep.
Thank you.
You're correct, Councilman. Mr. Little is the principal of both LLCs, Monopoly Holdings and Baltic.
Thank you very much.
And so that's all done.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. Police Committee.
Police Committee met last week. Discussions were held about police hiring, Spanish interpretation services, a range building update, and an LPR and camera update. Did Liz leave?
Yeah.
I'd like to thank Liz, and I'd like to thank the mayor on behalf of the police department, as well as Carl Brabenik, for helping. We're put a bill before the state to reinstitute virtual arraignment laws for Orange County, which it would be a giant help to our police department. Virtual arraignment was something that happened during COVID, where the judge would be on a Zoom. As of right now, our officers have to leave town with the defendant. Usually they're driving at least to Middletown, to their court, and usually it takes 2 officers out of the city for hours at a time. And it's really, it's been a
Power
terrible
intensive,
thing
and it's
that the
overtime.
state has done to
It's
the
not cost
judicial system, and it costs us a lot of money. So they have introduced legislation to the state to bring back virtual arraignments, which would be a great help. The other thing that I'd like to mention is March 29th, Saturday, 8 a.m. at East Main Elementary School. There's a women's self-defense class. Anybody interested can call the police department, 845-856-5101. And they will help you get you registered. Registered is not necessary, but we appreciate it. Gives us head count. And I know the class is filled up pretty quick, so if you're interested, it's for adults and teen girls. You can also send an email to Megan Eade at PortJervisNewYork.gov. That's MEGHANEDE at PortJervisNewYork.gov. The next police committee meeting will be April 17th at 6 p.m. here at the council chambers. And that's all I have.
All right, thank you. Planning, zoning, recreation, Councilman O'Connor.
Thank you, Mayor. Zoning or planning have not met this month. Their next meeting will be for zoning on April 1st, and planning will be on April 15th, both at 7 p.m. in the council chambers. The recreation update. The recreation room hours at the youth center are 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Thursday, and 2 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. on Fridays. The recreation department is having a spring park cleanup on Saturday, April 12th at 2025 at the Veterans Park Orange Square. This cleanup will be held at 11 a.m. or 10 a.m. Sorry. This is a great community service event, and volunteers are needed. If interested, all you need to do is show up on April 12th at 10 a.m. and bring work clothes and a rake if you have them. On April 19th, this year, the Recreation Department is holding its annual Easter Candy Dash at the upper level of Church Street Park at 11 a.m. This fun youth event is free of charge and for children ages 9 and younger. Bring an Easter basket, a bag, and collect the candy. This event is over fairly quickly, so please don't be late. 2 more great events coming up are the 5K run, Delaware 5K, May. That's going to be the 31st Delaware run, 5K. And then May 31st through June 1st is the second Jim Fagioli Junior Midnight Madness Endurance Relay. Spring is here, so our maintenance staff is busy working in the parks. Swings, picnic tables, additional garbage cans, tennis and basketball courts, and playground equipment are being set up over the next few weeks. Field trips planned for the summer include Liberty Science Center on Friday, July 18th, and a New York Mets baseball game on Friday, August 1st. More information to follow soon. The next Recreation Commission meeting is scheduled for this Wednesday, March 26th at 6:15 p.m. in the Youth Center. That is all I have.
Okay, thank you. Finance, Councilman Rhodes.
Some bills to be paid from the general fund, $779,073.54. Water fund, $90,914.51. Sewer fund, $18,603.05. Capital fund, $338,268.21. And trusted agency, $10,364.94, totaling $1,237,224.25. Some of the larger, from the general, New York employee health insurance, $308,966.59. Orange Rockland and Solar, $57,848.80. Motorola Solutions, $15,205.50. RC Lanes, $53,358.56. Village of Walden, $38,008.63. The Capital Fund, Weed Timmerman Company, $319,854.50. Schmidt Wholesale, $2,609.73. MHE, $8,590.48. Carol Gallagher, $6,750. I make that a motion to pay the bills for the $1,237,224.25. Make that a motion.
Second by Councilwoman Dennison. Any further discussion? All those in favor? All those opposed? Motion carries.
Next, I have a resolution of the Common Council of the City of Port Jervis authorizing the mayor to execute an outside vendor contract for telephone and information technology services. Whereas Frontier Communication, Frontier, has made a proposal to provide various informational technical services to the City of Port Jervis that includes, but not limited to, upgrading the city's telephone system and installing fiber optic internet to the city properties. And now therefore be resolved that the Common Council of the City of Port Jervis hereby authorize the mayor or his designee to execute an agreement with Frontier Communications for providing of information technology services to the city in accordance with the agreement annexed hereto, along with any other appropriate documents to effect it, to intent of this resolution, all of which still subject to be reviewed and approved by the City Corporation Council. I make that motion.
Second. Second by Councilman Siegel.
Discussion.
Any discussion?
I have the agreements. I'll be reviewing them in the next couple of days so the mayor can sign the contracts. If there's any changes, I'll advise the mayor's office and we'll take care of them.
Thank you, Paul. I'd just like to thank Stacy and our Fire Chief Keith Brown, even though he's not here tonight. This is long overdue. Long overdue. And this changeover actually will save the city money in the end. So that's a big win for us. So thank you. We vote on this. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. Next
All right, I have one more resolution. Resolution of the City Common Council of Port Jervis submitted community project funding application FY 2025 to Senator Kristen Gillibrand. Whereas U.S. Senator Gillibrand is accepting applications for congressionally directed spending from qualified municipal, such as the City of Port Jervis. Now there be resolved that the Common Council of the City of Port Jervis hereby approves online submission of potential project to wit, replace of a 2002 heavy-duty fire engine, which a new engine utilizing grant funding in approximate amount of $825,000 to the office of Senator Gillibrand for consideration of federal funding, and such submission to be completed by the mayor and his designee for consideration of federal funding, and in such submission to be completed no later than March 31st by 11:59 p.m. and further. resolved that the mayor or his designee is hereby authorized to direct, execute, deliver any application and documentation required for Senator Jill Barron's or her staff to effectively intent of this resolution. I make that a motion.
Second. Second by Councilman Siegel. Any discussion? All right, so this resolution here is going to take the place of a resolution that we passed last year from Congressman Ryan's office. Valerie Baginski assisted the fire department and the city council. We were actually awarded that funding through through Congressman Ryan's office. However, with the uncertainty going on, it has been written out of the federal budget. So this is just another avenue we're going to take to attempt to recapture the $800,000 that we were awarded towards a new fire truck. So this is essentially a hope and a prayer to maybe get the funding in another source that we had dedicated to us. So
And the resolution also authorizes the mayor to send another letter of support as necessary.
And the next finance meeting will be.
All those in favor?
Oh, yes. Aye. Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. Go ahead.
The next finance meeting will be April 16th at 6 p.m. here in the council chambers. That's all I have on finance.
All right, Tourism IDA, Councilwoman Mann.
Thank you, Mayor. Due to a lack of a quorum, the tourism board was unable to meet. Their next upcoming event will be the citywide yard sale, which will be held throughout the city on Saturday, May 3rd from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Fabulous 50s will be held on Sunday, June 1st from 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. at Riverside Park. Applications are available on the city website, or they are also available at the parks office. The next tourism meeting will be held on Wednesday, April 9th at 7 p.m. here in the council chambers. If anyone has any further questions, you can email the tourism chair, Laura Meyer, at floralorapj@yahoo.com. The IDA has not met since their last meeting. Their next meeting will be held on April 29th at 6 p.m. here in the council chambers. I'd like to mention the clerk shared some correspondence with us here that we received from our sister city in Lapio, Italy. Some of the article highlights a twinning between culture, stories, and friendship, a project ministered by Friendship by Mr. Alex Janelli, who proposed the sister city relationship with their country. Bill Schill and the Railroad Museum were also mentioned in the article. Their journey in Port Jervis is a route embellished with a constant panorama, nature, rivers, and icy lakes. Their visit here was a ceremony of welcome. The article also included photos from their visit here in Port Jervis. So this is in Italian. So I tried to translate it. And they did include a photo. I tried my best to translate it, so.
Very nice. Yeah.
And that's all I have. Thank you, Mayor.
All right, thank you. Fire and Emergency Management, Councilman Rhodes.
Thank you, Mayor. The next meeting of Fire Emergency Management will be April 21st at 6:30. And also just to put back out there again, like I did on the last meeting, New York State has a burning ban, so there's no open burns. So due to increase in brush fires, so just put that out there that there's no open burns. That's all I have.
All right, ADA, Councilman Foley.
Thank you, Mayor. The next meeting of the ADA will be on Monday, April 7th at 5:30 prior to DPW.
All right. CDA, Councilwoman Dennison.
Thank you, Mayor. Port Jervis CDA last met on February 26th at the Rec Center. The CDA will next meet this Wednesday, March 26th at 7 p.m. at the Rec Center. Section 8 waitlist holds 370 families and continues to train personnel in updated HUD programs. The New York State DEC Water Quality Improvement Program grant's first purchase is tentatively scheduled for March 11th. With federal funding in flux, the USDA Forest Service Urban and Community Forestry Grant, the US DOT Railroad Crossing Grant, and review of the FEMA Assistance to Firefighters Grant for Fire Department SCBAs are paused. Other New York State grant projects continue to move forward. I also have a resolution. This is Common Council Port Jervis authorizing the mayor to solicit proposals for administrative services in connection with the New York State Downtown Revitalization Initiative Small Projects Fund shares. Whereas the city of Port Jervis was awarded a grant through the New York State Round 6 Downtown Revitalization Initiative Small Projects Fund from the Housing Trust Fund Corporation, under which the city will accept applications from eligible businesses and property owners within the already defined DRI focus area for interior and exterior building improvements, upper story residential improvements, permanent commercial machinery and equipment, soft cost, and public art. And whereas it is necessary to solicit proposals for administrative services in connection with this project to ensure that the city selects the most qualified person or firm to provide such services, now therefore let it hereby resolve that the Common Council hereby authorizes and directs the mayor or his designee to solicit proposal bids from interested parties and to provide the above prescribed engineering services, and it is further resolved that the mayor shall therefore report back to the Common Council with the results of said proposal submission. Make this motion, please.
Second. Second by Councilman Siegel.
No, it should be
Oni.
That should be administrative services, not engineering services.
Don't confuse us.
All right, any discussion?
I'm the answer one.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries.
And that's all I have, Mayor.
Housing Veterans and PJTV 23.
Thank you, Mayor.
And the quote.
The Housing Authority last met on February the 25th. The next meeting is scheduled for tomorrow, March 25th at 7 p.m. at Hillside Terrace. Senior Citizens Club of Port Jervis meets on the 2nd and 4th Wednesdays of each month. The doors open at noon, and the meeting starts promptly at 1 o'clock. The meeting place is Hanson Hall, which is behind the Goodwill Church in West End, and the speaker this week is Dr. Edward Hartley. There's usually a speaker each week if they can get one. They have some trips scheduled for this coming year, and sign-ups have begun. New members are welcome. If you'd like to come as a guest to see if you'd like to join our senior group, you can come once and decide if you want to join. The cost is $10 to join for the year and $2 per meeting. There are refreshments at the end of each meeting, and at this time they're accepting new members. Veteran information. Addressing current rumors, VA Secretary Doug Collins said, 1, that the health care would not suffer. He said the department has reinforced health care and benefits by safeguarding 300,000 mission-critical positions to ensure uninterrupted services. Also, veterans benefits will not be cut. He said that the VA has redirected nearly $98 million toward veterans care and services rather than reducing them. And the VA is not laying off veterans crisis line responders. He stated that you can be assured that those answering crisis calls will remain in place to support veterans in need. Collins is urging veterans to seek information directly from the VA rather than from rumor. When you want the truth, this is a quote, when you want the truth, veterans are encouraged to visit news.va.gov or contact their local VA offices. And also, there's a Welcome Home Vietnam Veterans Luncheon. It's Wednesday, this Wednesday the 26th from 11 to 2 o'clock at the VFW Post 5360 at 85 Mill Street in New Jersey. If you want to go, you can RSV at 973-383-0115. Again, that's 973-383-0115. or you can email KarenAnnQuinlanHospice.org. Karen Ann Quinlan Hospice is the sponsor of that luncheon. PJ TV 23. We're continuing to put up archive videos on PJTV23.com and our PJTV23 YouTube channel. If you're interested in seeing our archival videos, tune into those. We're also televising council meetings live and soon some committee meetings. If you're interested in learning about or being involved in TV broadcasting, please contact us or come to our monthly meetings on the third Thursday at 5 p.m. right here in the council room. And the inspirational quote of the day. Look for something positive in each day, even if some days you have to look a little harder. Thank you.
Actually, he looked at you, huh?
I'm going to find one for Mike.
I think that was for Mike, huh? All right, subconsciously I thought so. All right, DPW, Councilman Warren Hockenberry.
Thank you, Mayor. DPW has not met since our last meeting in March. Next meeting will be April 7th at 6 p.m. here in the council chamber. For the weeks of March 24th and March 31st, garbage, recycling, and paper pickup will be on its normal schedule. 2025 garbage schedule is available at the city website at www.portriversny.gov or by emailing the DPW office at dpwclerk@portriversny.gov. And instructions on how to receive Nixle notifications will be in your next water billing statement. This will be a new way for the public to receive updates and information moving forward. Citywide pothole repair is ongoing. If you see one that needs attention, please contact the DPW office at 845-858-4001. The West End Beach House, actually it's West End Bath House, is now under construction. That has started. If you ride by, you see the trusses out in the driveway. They're working on that, putting up a new block. That's all done with grant money, by the way, and insurance money from the guy who drove his car through. That's a freebie. Saturday, April 5th, compost pile will be open from 7:15 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Dump tickets are available for household bulk waste at the clerk's office downstairs, 20 Hammond Street. Also, an update on the Mid-Delaware Bridge. The painting crew has begun staging in the old Flogene lot on Water Street. They will begin working from the sidewalk area tomorrow and possibly Wednesday. However, starting Wednesday, they plan on, for the next 5 to 6 weeks, there'll be a lane shift while the painting crew sets up their scaffolding and equipment. Both lanes, traffic will remain open in both directions at that time. Building construction is scheduled to begin sometime in June. So at that time, and it's never going to be closed completely. The bridge will always be two-way traffic on the bridge. So there may be lane shifts, but it will remain open through the whole construction period. And that is all I have, Mayor.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, on our mayor's correspondence, I only have a couple things. Just want to start with the splash pad. The prep work on the site has started, and it will be located at Church Street Park, as I announced in my State of the City address in January. That funding for that complete renovation has been secured from the outside, and when the time comes, we'll hold a nice little press release for everybody to show you where the funding came from. But I've been told I can't say anything just yet. So we're fortunate to get the funding. This was a project that we've been working on for quite a few months, and we are confident that on July 1st, we will have the splash pad open to the public. It is going to be inclusive, and it will also be handicap accessible. In addition to the splash pad, if you've seen Church Street Park, you've noticed that the old pavilion has been torn down. We will be replacing that with a new pavilion. That too will be covered by grant money. So we're looking forward to that for this summer. 2 weeks ago, we closed on 565 acres. Another State of the City, during the State of the City address, they spoke on closing on the Beamer Park or pond property in the town of Deer Park. We've officially done that. I would like to thank publicly everybody involved, starting with the Corporation Counsel, Will Frank, our CDA Director, Valerie Majinski. They both had worked on that prior to this administration. Jim Delaney, Kyle Sandusky from the Orange County Land Trust, Mike Ward, from the Art Outdoor Club of Port Jervis and others. I would also like to thank the town of Deer Park and Supervisor Spears and his council out there, his board. They were supportive of this. They went through with this with us, and we thank them for being a gracious partner through this whole process, which has gone on for many years, right, Valerie? Quite a long time. That property has been bought through so initially the city in 2019 has been awarded a $1.8 million grant under previous Mayor Kelly Decker, and that funding that went towards that site was out of that grant funding, which was a pass-through from OSI, Open Space Institute, which is a subsidiary of the DEC, the New York City DEC. So the DEC facilitated this with all these different entities, and that's what takes a long time. And then you add COVID into this, and that set back everything 2 years at least. So we were very happy to get this across the finish line, and I thank everybody for that and remaining resilient through it. We will be closing on additional property, and when that time comes, we'll also have a press release for that too. So more to come.
And also, Mayor, not to leave it out, my colleague, town attorney for the town of Deer Park, Glenn Plotsky, also did an excellent job.
Yes, Mr. Glenn Plotsky was also involved with this, and we thank him too. Thank you, Will.
Thank you.
All right, lastly, I'd like to congratulate Teresa Spradling, our assessor. This is her last week here with the city of Port Jervis. She's worked with the city since January of 1999, and she's been our assessor since 2016. She's put in faithfully 26 years, over 26 years to this city, and the 27th will be her last day here. And I want to thank her for all of her hard work. And many people don't know what goes into that job, and it's not the most popular job that our city has in this building, but she was always a reliable source of information, and she knew the city inside and out, and she will be missed. And I want to thank her on her time, and I want to also wish her well on her well-deserved retirement. So congratulations, Teresa. And with that, I'll entertain a motion for adjournment. Motion by Councilman Rhodes, second by Councilman at-large Hockenberry. All those in favor? Aye. All those opposed? Motion carries. Thank you.
When you were saying it, I went, oh no, don't say it.
July 1st, 2026.
July 1st. Right.